Hello, my friend! Welcome back to our fantastic channel. Are you a fan of the famous TV series Squid Game? Today, you're in the right place. We will put you to the test with many questions and challenges inspired by the famous TV series. You will have to answer all the challenges correctly within 5 seconds. Are you ready to test your knowledge? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting games like this one, and if you manage to guess everything, leave the hashtag winner in the comments. Let's go! Let's start with the first question. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Well done, you're off to a great start. Let's continue with the second question. Can you guess who is hiding behind this image? Well done, it's obviously the front man. Next question. We challenge you to find which of these emojis is different from the others. Very good. Let's continue with the challenge. What is the true color of the player's uniform? Of course, the right color is the one of letter A. Let's move on with the game. Find the odd one out among these characters. You have a real observer's eye. Now carefully observe these emojis and tell me which one does not repeat. Of course, it's precisely this one that does not appear twice. Now it's time for true or false. The first game the contestants participate in is red light, green light. Of course, it's true. Let's proceed with the next question. Who is player number 067? Very good. It's Kang Sae-byeok, one of the protagonists of the first season. Now it's time to guess which of these emojis is different from the others. Well done, did you guess it? Next challenge. Who plays the new player number 333, Lee Myung-gi? Correct. The right answer is MC1. Let's proceed. True or false? In the second season, the front man joins the games as player number 001. Of course, it's true. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Well done. And what about these emojis? Can you find out which one is different from the others? Very good. Look closely at this image and tell me which character is hiding behind it. Of course, it's the policeman who infiltrates the games. Bonus question. Which character is a former soldier and North Korean defector who becomes a guard in the games? Of course, it's Kang No-yeol. Now let's continue with true or false. Ji-hoon decides not to return to the games and moves to the United States with his daughter. False. Next challenge. The prize for the winner in the second season has increased to 100 billion won. False. The prize is 45.6 billion won. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Well done. Let's move forward with the game. Find the odd one out among these characters. You have a real observer's eye. Let's continue. Which of these is different from the others? Excellent, well done. Find which emoji is different from the others. Excellent, what an observer. Next question. What is the player number assigned to Park Kyung-seok, the financially struggling artist? The correct answer is player 246. True or false? Hwang Jun-ho, the detective, survives the confrontation with his brother and continues investigating the games. True. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Well done. Can you find which of these emojis is different from the others? Very good. Easy, right? Now let's see if you can figure out which of these is different. Great attention to detail. Next challenge. We challenge you once again to find the odd one out. Special question. Who is player 120, a former Special Forces sergeant who participates in the games to finance his gender transition? Obviously Cho Hyun-ju. Next question. Which actress plays Kim Jun-hee, Lee Myung-gi's ex-girlfriend, who is pregnant and participates in the games? Of course, Jo Yoo-ri. Now find the emoji that stands out from the others. Very good. And what about these? Which emoji is different? You're amazing. Special question. Guess the character using only emojis. Very good. It's Cho Hyun-ju, the character who undergoes a transition journey in the series. Now find the odd one out among all these emojis. Well done. Next question. Observe all these emojis carefully and tell me which one does not appear twice. Well done. The Thanos emoji does not appear twice. Next question. Which of these emojis is different from the others? Very good. Now look closely at these emojis and guess the Squid Game character. It's Jo Yoo-ri, the girl who is pregnant in the series. Next question. We challenge you to find which of these emojis is different from the others. Very good. Find the odd one out among these emojis. Excellent. Guess the character using only emojis. Excellent. It's the protagonist of the series, player 456. Now find the odd one out among these frontman emojis. You're really good. Observe this image carefully. What character is hiding behind this photo? Of course it's Cho Hyun-ju. Guess the character using only emojis. Excellent. It's Cho Sang-woo. Now find the odd one out among all these emojis. Perfect. Can you guess the Squid Game character using these emojis? Very good. It's player 067 from the first season. Find the emoji that stands out from the others. You're phenomenal. Next question. Guess the Squid Game character using these emojis. Super well done. Find out which emoji is different from the others. Excellent. Look carefully. Which character is hiding behind this image? Of course, player 067. Find the emoji that stands out from the others. You're phenomenal. Which of these cookies is different from the others? Of course, well done. Now find out which of these Squid Game symbols is different from the others. Well done. Do you know this game from the second season? Find the different die. Excellent. Now observe these emojis and tell me which character they refer to. Of course, it's the famous infiltrated policeman. Find out which of these emojis is different from the others. Of course. Observe these two images carefully. Can you tell me what the differences are? Certainly. Next question. Find the differences between these two images. Well done. Now a special question. Which do you prefer? The Minions version of Squid Game or the Dragon Ball version of Squid Game? Let us know in the comments. We're very curious. Another special question for you. Do you prefer Fortnite Squid Game or the Simpsons Squid Game version? Write it in the comments. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Excellent. Look carefully and tell me which emoji does not appear twice. Of course, the one that does not appear twice is the guard emoji in Mickey Mouse version. Next question, which of these emojis is different from the others? Very good. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Excellent. Next question. We challenge you to find which of these emojis is different from the others. Very good. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Well done. Next question. Which of these emojis is different from the others? Very good. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Excellent. Next question. We challenge you to find which of these emojis is different from the others. Very good. Find the odd one out among these Squid Game emojis. Well done. Thank you for watching the video and participating in this challenge with us. You can click on the video on the left or right side of the screen to join new challenges and become a winner. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more exciting challenges like this one.